Hello and welcome to quiz class. Today we have 100 questions on general knowledge for seniors. So let's begin with question number 1. Which continent is known as the cradle of civilization, where many civilizations like Mesopotamia and Egypt emerged? Africa, Europe, or Asia? Asia. What archipelago is known for its beautiful coral reefs and diverse marine life, a popular tourist destination in Southeast Asia? Indonesia, Philippines, or Maldives? Indonesia. What is the name of the first cloned mammal? Wilbur the pig, Dolly the sheep, or Polly the parrot? Dolly the sheep. What is the chemical element used in most light bulb filaments? Tungsten, carbon, or neon? Tungsten. What is the name of the fictional detective created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle? Miss Marple, Hercule Poirot, or Sherlock Holmes? Sherlock Holmes. What is the highest honor awarded by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences? The Emmy Award, the Academy Award, or the Golden Globe? The Academy Award. What is the name of the fictional detective created by Agatha Christie? Sherlock Holmes, Miss Marple, or Hercule Poirot? Hercule Poirot. What is the largest and most prestigious film festival in the world? Venice Film Festival, Cannes Film Festival, or Sundance Film Festival? Cannes Film Festival. What is the name of the fictional space opera franchise created by George Lucas? Star Wars, Battlestar Galactica, or Star Trek? Star Wars. Question 10. What is the name of the largest living organism by volume discovered to be a single fungal network? Blue whale, giant sequoia tree, or honey fungus? Honey fungus. What artistic movement emphasizes chance and the subconscious mind in creation? Impressionism, Renaissance, or Dadaism? Dadaism. What is the world's largest lake by surface area that is technically a sea due to its high salinity? Lake Superior, Caspian Sea, or Lake Victoria? Caspian Sea. What is the first commercially available handheld mobile phone called? BlackBerry, Motorola Dynatac 8000X, or Apple iPhone? The Motorola. What is the world's best-selling children's book series of all time? Winnie the Pooh, The Very Hungry Caterpillar, or Harry Potter? The Very Hungry Caterpillar. What is the largest active volcano in Europe, located in Tenerife, Canary Islands? Mount Taid, Mount Vesuvius, or Mount Etna? Mount Taid. What is the first programmable electronic computer, nicknamed Baby, invented in the 1940s? Apple I, ENIAC, or Commodore 64? ENIAC. What is the scientific term for the process of a fertilized egg implanting in the uterus? Fertilization, implantation, or gestation? Implantation. What is the world's first commercially successful artificial sweetener discovered in the late 19th century? Sucralose, saccharin, or aspartame? Saccharin. What is the geological period known for the dominance of dinosaurs that ended with a mass extinction event? Cretaceous period, Triassic period, or Jurassic period? Cretaceous period. What is the world's first programmable electronic calculator, a precursor to modern computers invented in the 1960s? HP 35, Commodore PET 2001, or Curta calculator? Curta calculator. What is the world's first commercially available programmable robot arm used in manufacturing, launched in the 50s? Asimo, Animate, or Roomba? Animate. What is the name of the first country to split the atom in 1938, a key step towards nuclear power? The United States, Germany, or Japan? Germany. What is the nickname for the ENIAC computer, the first programmable electronic computer, due to its size and power consumption? The giant brain, the Colossus, or the thinking machine? The giant brain. What is the term for a group of words that appears identical when read forwards or backwards, like race car or noon? Ambigram, palindrome, or anagram? Palindrome. Question 25. What was the code name for the Manhattan Project, the top secret US program that developed the atomic bomb during World War II? Fat Man, the Gadget, or Trinity? Trinity. What is the largest living organism by mass, a fungal network discovered in Oregon, nicknamed the humongous fungus? Pando, honey fungus, or Armillaria ostoyae? Pando. What is the largest freshwater fish by weight, a giant freshwater ray found in the Amazon and Mekong rivers? Arapaima, beluga sturgeon, or giant freshwater stingray? Giant freshwater stingray. What is the scientific term for the process by which the Earth's crust is recycled through plate tectonics? Subduction, continental drift, seafloor spreading? Subduction. What is the name of the first artificial heart successfully implanted in a human patient in 1982? Abiocor, Syncardia, or Jarvik 7? Jarvik 7. What is the astronomical term for a celestial object that orbits a star but is too small to be a star itself and too large to be a planet? Rogue planet, black hole, or brown dwarf? Brown dwarf. What is the name of the first programmable computer specifically designed for playing chess, created in the 1940s? Deep Blue, the Turk, or Baby? The Turk. What is the geological term for a large bowl-shaped depression on the Earth's surface, often filled with water formed by the impact of a meteorite? Crater, basin, or caldera? Caldera. What is the name of the first successful mission to photograph the far side of the moon, launched by the Soviet Union in 1959? Luna 2, Luna 1, or Luna 3? Luna 3. What is the scientific term for the involuntary muscle contractions that cause shivering, often due to cold exposure? Tremor, seizure, or rigor mortis? Tremor. Question 35. What is the name of the first commercially available video game console for home use, released in the early 70s? Nintendo Entertainment System, Magnavox Odyssey, or Atari 2600? Magnavox Odyssey. What is the longest English word without a vowel? Strength, length, or rhythm? Rhythm. What is the name of the first successful mission to retrieve a lunar sample and return it to Earth? Apollo 11, Luna 24, or Luna 16? Luna 16. What is the name of the first commercially available programmable calculator for home use? Curta calculator, HP 35, or Texas Instruments TI 30? HP 35. What is the scientific term for the reflex that constricts the pupil in bright light? Pupillary light reflex, hyperopia, or myopia? Pupillary light reflex. What is the name of the first web browser for the visually impaired? Web Reader, Internet Explorer, or Netscape Navigator? Web Reader. What is the name of the first successful mission to land a probe on the surface of Venus in 1970? Venera 3, Mariner 2, or Sputnik 7? Venera 3. What is the name of the first commercially available digital music player in the late 70s? Sony Walkman, Apple iPod, or Discman? Sony Walkman. What is the largest living organism by volume, a giant fungus discovered in Oregon? Armillaria ostoye, honey fungus, or pando? Armillaria ostoye. What is the economic theory associated with Adam Smith, which emphasizes the role of individual self-interest in driving economic prosperity. Laissez-faire, communism, or mercantilism? Laissez-faire. What is the architectural style characterized by pointed arches, ribbed vaults, and flying buttresses, prominent in medieval cathedrals? Romanesque, Gothic, or Renaissance? Gothic. What is the name of the first artificial satellite launched by the United States in 1958, a competitor to the Soviet Sputnik? Explorer 1, Vanguard 1, or Transit 1A? Explorer 1. What is the philosophical concept that suggests knowledge can only be derived from sensory experience? Empiricism, rationalism, or solipsism? Empiricism. What countries fought in the shortest recorded war? France and Spain, Britain and Zanzibar, or Germany and Italy? Britain and Zanzibar. What caused the deadly flood in London in 1814? Burst water main, broken dam, or burst beer vat? A burst beer vat. Question 50. How long can honey last without spoiling? Millions of years, thousands of years, or hundreds of years? Thousands of years. Which continent is home to the world's largest desert? Australia, Antarctica, or Africa? Antarctica. What does the shortest verse in the Bible say? God is love, amen, or Jesus wept? Jesus wept. What does a dolphin's ability to recognize itself in a mirror suggest? Good memory, keen eyesight, or self-awareness? Self-awareness. What is surprising about the number of stars in the universe? There are more stars than grains of sand on Earth's beaches. There are more stars than galaxies, or there are more stars than planets. There are more stars than grains of sand on Earth's beaches. Who coined the term Jazz Age? Ernest Hemingway, Mark Twain, or F. Scott Fitzgerald? F. Scott Fitzgerald. What is the phobia of the number 13 called? Claustrophobia, triskaidekaphobia, or agoraphobia? Triskaidekaphobia. Which country has the shortest national anthem? Japan, France, or China? Japan. What is strange about the length of a day on Venus? It's longer than a year on Earth, it's shorter than an hour, or it's longer than a month. It's longer than a year on Earth. What phobia refers to the fear of the number 13? We did this before. Claustrophobia, arachnophobia, or triskaidekaphobia. This is a freebie. Triskaidekaphobia. What did the 57 on Heinz ketchup bottles once represent? The company's founding year, the number of pickle varieties, or the number of ingredients? The number of pickle varieties. Why is the Eiffel Tower taller in the summer? Huge number of tourists, made of a growing material, or thermal expansion? Thermal expansion. What was the duration of the shortest war in history occurring between Zanzibar and Britain on August 27, 1896? 60 minutes, 38 minutes, or 15 minutes? 38 minutes. In which year did a beer flood in London cause the deaths of 8 people due to a burst vat at a brewery? 1828, 1814, or 1800? 1814. Which word is the only one in the English language that retains its pronunciation when the last 4 letters are removed? Q, quiet, or queen? Q. What toy, initially invented as a wallpaper cleaner, gained popularity in the 1950s as a children's plaything? Frisbee, Play-Doh, or Mr. Potato Head? Play-Doh. Does honey have an expiry date? Yes, sometimes, or no? No. When was the term OMG first recorded? 1987? OMG, excuse me. 1917 or 1900? 1917. Oh my God. How many hearts does an octopus have? 1, 2, or 3? 3. What is the largest desert in the world? Sahara, Gobi, or Antarctica? Sahara. Which is greater in number, stars in the universe or grains of sand on Earth's beaches? Grains of sand, stars, or equal? Stars. Can the Great Wall of China be seen from space without aid? Sometimes, yes or no? No. Can dolphins recognize themselves in mirrors, indicating self-awareness? Yes, no, or only some species? Yes. What was the name of the popular music show featuring Dick Clark as host? The Ed Sullivan Show, American Bandstand, or The Tonight Show? American Bandstand. Are bananas classified as berries? Yes or no? Yes. What is the length of the shortest national anthem, that of Japan? 23 characters, 24 characters, or 32 characters? 32 characters. How long is a day on Venus compared to its year? Equal, shorter, or longer? Shorter. Which U.S. state is the closest to Africa? Maine, Florida, or Alaska? Alaska. What is the length of the shortest international border in the world? 150 meters, 200 meters, or 50 meters? 150 meters. What is the length of the shortest verse in the Bible? 9 words, 5 words, or 7 words? 7 words. Why did the Occupy Wall Street movement emerge? Economic inequality and corporate greed, embrace of capitalism, or desire for political stability? Economic inequality and corporate greed. What animal is the national symbol of Scotland? The tiger, the unicorn, or the lion? The unicorn. Which landmark legal case in 1954 led to the end of racial segregation in public schools in the U.S.? Roe versus Wade, Brown versus Board of Education, or Plessy versus Ferguson? Brown versus Board of Education. How did the Me Too movement impact discussions on sexual harassment? Decreased awareness and discouraged dialogue, raised awareness and sparked public discourse, or no impact? Raised awareness and sparked public discourse. What was the primary goal of the Women's March in 2017? Celebration of patriarchy, support for restrictive legislation, or advocacy for women's rights? Advocacy for women's rights. You're making a delicious pot roast for dinner and the meat seems a little tough. What's the best way to tenderize it before cooking? Sear it quickly on a hot pan on all sides, marinate it in a flavorful liquid for several hours, or microwave it on high. Marinate it in a flavorful liquid for several hours. What was the name of the popular dance craze of the 1970s, characterized by a disco beat? Tango, waltz, or disco? Disco. Who opened the Sun Records label in 1952, which played a crucial role in launching Elvis Presley's career? Berry Gordy, Sam Phillips, or Phil Spector? Sam Phillips. How did the Black Lives Matter movement raise awareness of racial injustice? Protests against police brutality, promotion of segregation, or calls for stricter policing? Protests against police brutality. What impact did the Paris Agreement have on climate change? Encouragement of industrial pollution, commitment to reducing greenhouse gas emissions, or increase in deforestation? Commitment to reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Question 90. Why did Edward Snowden leak classified information? To promote government transparency, to gain fame and fortune, or expose mass surveillance programs? Expose mass surveillance programs. What was the significance of the Arab Spring? Series of protests and uprisings in the Middle East and North Africa, expansion of monarchies, or the formation of a democratic government? Series of protests and uprisings in the Middle East and North Africa. How did the legalization of same-sex marriage impact LGBTQ rights? Decreased their rights globally, it advanced their rights globally, or no impact? It advanced their rights globally. What impact did the Fukushima nuclear disaster have on global energy policy? Accelerated expansion of nuclear power, promoted renewable energy, or increased scrutiny of nuclear power? Increased scrutiny of nuclear power. What technological innovation sparked the hula hoop craze in the late 50s? The invention of the television, the development of the first jet engine, or the desire for the introduction of the first credit card stability? The invention of the television. Who wrote the novel Pride and Prejudice? Jane Austen, Emily Bronte, or Charlotte Bronte? Jane Austen. What popular game show featured contestants answering questions for money? Wheel of Fortune, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or The Price is Right? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? What was the first company to mass produce the light bulb? Edison, Tesla, or Siemens? Edison. What sport awards the Lombardi Trophy? Basketball, American football, or baseball? American football. What cultural phenomenon emerged with legends like Elvis Presley and Chuck Berry in the 1950s? The rise of psychedelic rock, the beatnik movement, or the emergence of rock and roll music? The emergence of rock and roll music. What scientific breakthrough occurred in 1953 that revolutionized our understanding of genetics? The discovery of the double helix structure of DNA, the successful test of the first polio vaccine, or the first commercial airline crash landing on water? The discovery of the double helix structure of DNA. And our bonus question, true or false? Country music originated in southern United States. Let us know the answer in the comments. As always, thanks for playing this quiz. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and we will see you in our next quiz. Bye-bye.